a memo to all developers that utilize their platform. And in this memo, some of them have decided to complain about this memo. They're not exactly very happy about this memo. And essentially, it is what to do when you have to deal with, I guess, like supposed toxicity. Okay, that's basically it. Thank you, Scooby Pup. We're $65 away from tier 2. Nice. So we got a headline here, and it says, it's a battle you won't win. Valve's advice for developers facing toxic abuse on Steam forums is pretty bleak. You know, every time something comes out about Valve, like something leaks about Valve, I really just appreciate the company even more. And I will never give a company my 100% loyalty, because that's honestly a bad thing to do. Never give a company 100% of your loyalty, but you can let them continue to build up good faith with you over time and reinforce that good faith. And that's exactly what Valve is doing. So look at what this person over at The Gamer wrote. It's a known fact that gaming has gotten a whole lot more toxic over the past years. Is it? Is it a known fact? Or has gaming always been wild and you're probably just a little bit new to this? Because from what I can remember, gaming has always been wild. I talk about this all the time. Gaming has always and will always be a wild place to be, where people will always be complaining about stuff. They will always be complaining and fighting, going crazy. This is always the case here. I mean, you got people that you want to bring up something more recent. You could talk about a Call of Duty lobby. You want to bring up something not so recent. You could talk about MMORPGs, different conversations that happen within those games. Counter-Strike has so, oh my God, dude. Before Modern Warfare lobbies, there was Counter-Strike. It was insane. So anyway, case in point, the Steam forums, which are known for being a hotbed of abuse and intolerance. The creator of Coquette Dragoon has shared Valve's advice for developers, and it's pretty bleak. Okay, so let's see. They shared the official advice for developers dealing with toxic players on Steam forums, and with lines like, it's a battle you won't win, it's pretty bleak. Now, I think it's actually pretty amazing for Valve to openly tell people that, listen, you can complain about the CHUDS all you want. You can complain about gamers all you want. But it's not a battle you're going to win. This is Valve telling you that. It is not a battle that you're going to win at all. While I'm a true believer in the healing power of video games and their ability, healing power of video games and their ability to bring players together for incredible experiences, it's a simple fact of life that the hobby can be very toxic at times. Nowadays, all it takes is one look at whatever major AAA game is releasing next and the exaggerated controversy it has attached to it to see what I mean. You know what's ironic about this? These are the kind of people that complain about certain video games, and they are the ones that cause controversy. And then when we fight back the controversy, all of a sudden it's a problem. Stellar Blade is probably a great example of this. I guarantee you The Gamer has articles. The Gamer has articles that is attacking Stellar Blade, that is attacking what's that game called? The First Ascendant. That is attacking games like Bayonetta. And then they end up backtracking. They're like, well, actually, we always liked Bayonetta. They did the same thing with Stellar Blade. After attacking Stellar Blade, they're like, actually, we always liked it. They did it with Black Myth Wukong too. They attacked the developers of Black Myth Wukong. They try to make them seem to be sexist. IGN did the same exact thing. Rebecca Valentine, they all do this. So they start the controversy. And then it's like they start the controversy and then they don't know how to finish it. And then when people decide to fight back against the controversy, suddenly we're the ones making it toxic. Why? How come you're allowed to complain about things, but nobody else is allowed to complain about anything? Why is that a thing? Why is that allowed? That doesn't make any sense. Gaming is sadly toxic all over right now. It always has been. But undoubtedly, one of the worst places for it is Steam forums. where anyone with an account can basically say whatever they want without much fear of retribution or being moderated. So essentially what they want is they want to make it a thing where Steam is heavily moderated, heavily censored. That's what they want. They want to make it a thing where Steam is going to be censored all throughout. They don't want people to be able to have open speech. They don't want people to be able to talk. They don't want that stuff, right? I can understand the trolls. There are methods for handling trolls, right? But see, they don't want trolls handled. They want everybody they disagree with to be handled. There's a big difference between the two. If you got somebody who's just going crazy and essentially trying to nonstop spam the N-word, then yeah, ban them and move on. But if you got someone who's disagreeing with whatever a game is doing, why would that be a bannable offense? Why would that be such a huge issue? Then it says, while Valve does have things in place for toxic players, its official advice for developers facing abuse is a little telling of how bad things can get. Over on Blue Sky, Coquette Dragoon creator Ivy May shared a screenshot of the official documentation from Valve regarding developers facing abuse on Steam forums. Ivy May pointed out that Valve's advice is basically just, no, you can't stop it. Try and look away from the vortex, and it's easy to agree after seeing what's being shared. While it's true that Valve does offer to add more moderators and request creators to go directly to it, some of the other advice is rather telling for how toxic things can get. One of the gems reads the following: don't try to censor players or get into public arguments. You know what? Let's just read the thing. Let's read the thing. Hold on. Oh, I think it might have got deleted. Oh, wow. They deleted the post. They deleted the Blue Sky post. What? That's crazy. This was live when I filmed the video earlier today. And now it's deleted. Oh, man. I guarantee you they probably got a message from Valve, because I don't think that's allowed. Valve is very much like close to the chest with what they do. And as a developer, I got to imagine you must sign some sort of agreement that you won't leak stuff like that. That's crazy, bro. Okay, so we're going to have to read the article then, because we don't have the picture. I'm sorry. We don't have the picture. Where were we at? We were... You can't stop it. Oh, okay. So over on Blue Sky, Coquette Dragoon creator Ivy May shared a screenshot of the official documentation from Valve regarding developers facing abuse on Steam forums. Ivy May pointed out that Valve's advice is basically, no, you can't stop it. Try and look away from the vortex, and it's easy to agree after what's shared. While it's true that Valve does offer to add more moderators and request creators go directly to it, some of the other advice is rather telling for how toxic things could get. One of the gems reads, don't try to censor players or get into public arguments. It's a battle you will not win. While another simply tells developers to take a break instead of trying to figure out why they're being targeted. Valve even points out to developers that the abuse will eventually return to normal, and that it has seen many cases where a surge of negative sentiment will hopefully burn out over time. That might be true, but it's not exactly comforting, and makes it plain as day just how horrible things must be for developers if even Steam itself recommends just writing it out. So Valve is basically telling them, listen, you're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to do literally anything. If you feed into it, it's only going to get worse. And essentially at this point, you either deal with it, right? You either deal with it or you just move on. Like they're not going to be able to do anything about it, because what these developers and what these journalists are asking for are not moderation. They're asking for censorship. There's a difference, right? You can ask for moderation and not be censorious. They don't want that. They want to be censorious. That's what they want. They don't want to be anything else other than censorious. So now it's at this point where these developers, and I got to imagine, again, because they deleted this, I got to imagine that this is probably them maybe getting contacted by Valve. I'm really not sure. Do you guys think they got contacted by Valve? I feel like they might have got contacted by Valve. Valve does not mess around. These guys, man, I swear, they need to just give it up, stop it already, and just get with the point, right? If you have such a problem with the internet, and if you have such a problem with gaming, and you hate gamers so much, then why are you in gaming? Oh, but I like making video games. Fine. So you can make video games without having to be on social media. Unless you're the head of the company, there's no reason for you to be on social media. Just make your games and move on. Why are you on social media hanging out with the chuds? There's no point in hanging out with the chuds. But it's because secretly they love the drama, right? Secretly they love dealing with the chuds. They love it. They can't get enough of it. All these people, they always say, I'm quitting X. What happens? They come back within the same day, usually, or the next day. They can't let it go. They're not going to let it go because they also have to have the last word too. That's really what it is. They have to have the last word every single time. So they come back and they keep coming back because they want to get the last word in to the best of their ability. But they love the drama. If they had to make video games without the drama, they'd be bored. They probably wouldn't even make it through the development cycle. So I just want to say, Valve, they do a fantastic job being consumer focused. They're not perfect. They do make mistakes, and I've seen them make mistakes in the almost 21 years that I've been with them. I'm a couple of months away from being with Valve for 21 years. It's wild to even think about that. But I've seen them make some mistakes as they've grown into what they are now. But Valve is 100% consumer focused as much as humanly possible. And hopefully they will continue to be. My biggest worry is what happens when Gabe dies. That's basically it. I worry about what will happen to Steam and what will happen to Valve when Gabe dies. I really hope whoever takes his place keeps the company private, keeps the company acting the way that it is, and keeps the company focused on consumers first. That's what I really hope, because I really don't know. I really don't know, man. Gabe really is. I'm sorry, chat. I know you don't want to hear it. But he's human, and he's a big human. He might die one day. Actually, let me take that back. He will die one day. It's not might. He will die one day. Everybody's like, no, don't say that, bro. He will die one day. He will. So, and to be honest, bro, I have never once ever been upset about a celebrity dying, with the exception of one person. And I think I've told you guys who it was. Let me see if you guys know who it was. I've never been upset about someone's, famous or whatever, dying, except for one person. Do you know who that one person was? Gabe is going to be the second one. Akira Toriyama, not really. I love his work, but I wasn't like sad about it. It was obviously sad situation, but I wasn't like Michael Jackson. No. Smash. No. George Floyd. Fuck you, man. He said George Floyd. I can't stand you guys. I can't. Oh my God. Kentaro. No. So the only person that I ever, and I'm not talking about crying. Okay. I didn't cry. But like, I actually was like, damn. You know when you ever get to that moment where you're like, damn, bro, really? So the only person I ever got upset when I heard that they died was Chester Bennington. That's the only time I ever was like, damn, you serious right now? I was genuinely blown away when I found out that Chester died. When Chester died, I was like, dude, what? There is no way, dude. I was for like a few days, I was blown away. I was like, there's no way that that's even a thing. I thought it was fake. I thought they were lying. I really did. I thought they were lying. And I'm like, bro, what? Come on. This guy had at least 20 years more, I was like, that sucks, bro. I was I was like, dude, because Chester Bennington, man, that was my childhood. You know what I mean? That was like, he got me, like, his songs got me through so many of those freaking like angsty teenage days. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's the only one that ever got me even remotely close to like, damn, that sucks. He was murdered. Yeah, I agree, but we won't even talk about that. We won't even talk about that. But yeah, it's just it was wild. So when Gabe eventually dies, Gabe's gonna be the second one. Although I don't think it's gonna hit me as hard because I kind of expect it. You know, it always hits you worse when you don't expect it. Chester, nobody expected that to happen. With Gabe is older, he's bigger. Everybody expects him to croak one day soon. You know, it's only a matter of time. I feel like we need to hook Gabe up to a machine and make him into like Zordon or something. Gabe needs to be Zordon. Seriously. And they need to hook him up in the Steam headquarters and just let him run the company forever. let him run the company forever, you know? So, but in any case, that's basically it for this particular topic. Steam is winning again. Steam has told the developers to go F themselves essentially and get over it. And you know what's crazy? Hold on, let me reference something really quick. The ironic thing is that Steam, this person is complaining about Steam not doing anything. But the funny thing is Steam is offering to give moderators to these developers. Like, as a developer, if you need more moderators, Steam will provide you with the moderators. Steam will actually work to give you moderators and help you with moderation so that you don't have to focus on it. So Steam is actually out there helping you with this stuff, and it's not enough. It's not enough because they want censorship. That's what it is. These developers want censorship. They want to be able to hide the truth about their video game. They want to be able to hide criticism about their video game, questions, anything they don't agree with, they want to be able to hide it. And that's not what a forum is for. That's not what a forum is for at all. So that's basically where we're at with this particular topic, guys. That's all I got. All right.